All right, welcome to the XAT Podcast. Today we have the one and only Jonathan 1990. What's up, Jonathan?
Yeah,
Welcome to the XAT Podcast.
yeah.
Thank you for being interested on coming on and telling people about your experiences and about talking about XAT.
Yeah.
So when did you join XAT and what was your first chat?
So I joined that in May 2012. The story of how I got to that goes back before then. It can go right back to January 2011 when I used to go to a record shop and the person who owned this shop was he DJ'd on a radio forum, so I started out on radio forums and eventually discovered XAT. But one of the first chat rooms I used to go on in XAT was one called Emerald Isle before I discovered DJ chat rooms like the Hypernation on XAT.
Wow. And you joined probably at the peak of XAT. 2011,
Yeah,
2012 was probably peak.
it was very busy. I used to do promotions and loads of people would come piling into my own chat during a promotion.
Yeah. Wow. So, what are some good and what are some bad experiences you have had on that?
Well, good moments were it was going on to the Hypernation. It was like this nightclub on the internet where you could party all night.
Yeah.
And a bad moment was getting my computer hacked into. It happened around June 2013 during a Skype call. Do you remember Skype?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
This user, he somehow got my IP through a Skype call, and the next thing I know is my computer is flashing on and off, and I start panicking. I was like cursing this person out, getting really mad at him, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
it just made him do it even more.
That was, the early days of the internet.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. What a time. And they would try to they'll do all that and tell you to give them all of your powers, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you recently came back to XAT and now it's all HTML5. And before we used to use it in Adobe Flash. So what do you think about the HTML5? Like we got GIFs now and stuff like that.
Yes, it is quite cool. You can do all
Yeah.
sorts of things with the new technology.
Yeah. So you're a fan of the HTML5.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Me too. Um, so what are some memorable moments you've had in the hibernation or other radio stations? And tell me about also what other radio stations did you DJ in?
So I DJ'd in Club Domination and I actually let the new year in for 2015. I think it was on Club Domination, and then it ended quite badly for me on there.
Mm. But what about the other radio stations? You DJ'd on Hibernation?
No, I actually DJ'd on Madhouse Rejects and Radio Genesis, that was a Spanish one from Chile.
Wow. That's
That's
really cool.
insane.
Yeah. Madhouse Radio and Madhouse Rejects. Um, they did auctions. So for people who don't know what the auctions were
I remember
where
that.
yeah, where you'd be in the chat and you sign up on a Google form with your Zat account, say, hey, I want to be part of the auction. And then a bunch of rich users from the chat, whoever wants to buy you, like a user wants to literally purchase you, like you're going up for auction, your account's going up for auction.
Yeah.
There's a bidding war that people put in the chat. And whoever wins the bidding war on that user, then whoever bought them wins, and they get to pick. Basically, it was that they get to pick how your Zap profile looks. Like they get to change your name, your picture, your status, and you had to do that
Yeah.
for a week. 1 week of doing that, but it was worth it. Like I was doing that, and I was getting like thousands of Zats, 2,000 Zats, just to change my name for a week or put something silly in my name. You know.
Well, I did have to change my DJ name on Madhouse Rejects. They didn't allow me to use the Jonathan 1991 that most people know about. I was known as DJ Johnny on there.
I think I've seen you on there. Yeah. There's another Jonathan? Is that why?
I made I think DJ Johnny looked a bit more American.
Okay. Okay, I see. Um, so we got a bit of your experience of the early days of the internet. Is there any other like things that were different about the internet back in the day? Like we used Internet Explorer, crazy
Mm.
bookmark interface, like
Well, today I use my mobile phone to get on that. Back in the day when I joined, I think I was on a Windows XP.
me too.
And then I went
um,
to Windows 7 before going to my mobile. I think I used Windows 8 before.
you never used any of the new ones?
I don't I don't know. I do have a laptop which I think uses Windows 11, but I don't tend to go on that on there.
What? Why not? I'll just say this: the the mobile. It's very interesting because a lot of audience. I've seen statistics over the years of websites and stuff. A lot of audiences it's growing to have a lot more mobile users because it's so easy. You can do it wherever you're at. It's so accessible to just go on your phone and go to Zap. Now the thing is, the Zat app, they haven't really updated it since 2019. It needs a desperate update.
Yeah,
So that's the one bad thing about it. And we're in 2026, so we need to get that mobile app updated. But you know, they run off of volunteers. So yeah,
yeah,
that's very interesting. A lot of people, a lot of users like you have switched to just mobile. Um,
yeah.
so um, how was your experience with the radio community in general? Like, did you I know in Hypernation, I don't know if you remember this, but Hypernation on the website, he had the chat on the right and on the left there was a live stream, and then DJs across the world would connect to that live stream and go live inside of clubs or wherever, you know?
Yeah. I
That
remember
was
watching
crazy.
somebody's family party from Italy.
Oh, that's dope. I
Yeah,
remember I remember like I remember seeing DJ Hyperhouse live in clubs, like DJing, and he's like just talking to the chat through it's like crazy, like
yeah,
with the mic. And then I also I remember all kinds of people, but the coolest stuff. Like I remember we have some Japanese DJs, and they were
yeah,
connecting and they're live in Japan in clubs in Japan, and it's just the craziest stuff. And
yeah.
I know I mentioned it in the Jesse B podcast. I know there's servers somewhere that has all this data, and we need to get it before it's deleted. but it has all these live streams, all this rare, it's
Yeah,
special content.
it would be good to look
Yeah.
back on past shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be dope just to put it on in the background in the living room or something. So is there any DJs that you can remember that you want to shout out?
Well,
Or not just DJs, but also like friends in the community?
yeah, well, it was Hyperhouse passing away that got me to reunite with this user who has been a BFF probably since the day she first came on the Hyper Nation, and that is Jessaby.
Right.
From that, I've got to learn how to use Discord, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Oh, that's what's up. I think, Lex?
Yeah.
I had to teach him how to use Discord.
Yeah.
And how did you find out about Hyperhouse's death? Through the podcast?
Well, I was just checking back in XAT, revisiting chat rooms, came onto the Hyper Nation and found all these mourning posts, mourning his death.
Yeah, well, we made a post here on the XAT podcast on the website. You can find it. If you literally Google DJ Hyperhouse, you'll find it. It's kind of like an obituary, and everyone left their comments below the post. So you should also check that out too. There's screenshots. There's and it was really sad when Hyper passed.
There's
that was
so many memories about the Hyper Nation.
The party will always live on,
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any words for the community? Oh, and also, do you still DJ?
Well, I still DJ at a club here in the United Kingdom where I live.
Word.
It's in Middlesbrough.
That's fire. If I ever go out there, I'm gonna go watch you play, DJ, and we'll go party.
I do it like once every 2 months, and I've actually got a set this coming Tuesday, which is the 21st of April.
Oh, word.
It's a club in it's cross between a pub and a club in Middlesbrough.
That's the best. That's fire. Well, if anyone listening to this, if you want to go see Jonathan and party, go to the club, go to the pub. And do you have any last words for the community?
Yeah, I don't know really.
All right. Well, I'll just tell the community, be safe, and thank you to all the people involved with keeping XAT around today.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan 1990. Thank you so much.